Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. I'm going to do a Cancerian reading because I'm being called to, and I have the energy and the drive. And I did start doing a little bit of research on Cancer because I thought I was done with Gemini. So yeah, it's going to be a major series when I figure out how to record videos and then upload to YouTube. Right now, I don't think I have the right equipment. And the laptop I purchased refuses to download YouTube. So it's been an adventure. So let's move into Cancer's reading. And what does the universe want Cancer to know about their yin energy? That's what we're going to go with. So Cancerians rule the 4th house in the zodiac in the 2nd quadrant. And I kind of gave Gemini a rundown of their situation and kind of their archetypal, how you might show up in the world in an archetypal way. Just little attributes, little tidbits here and there to kind of help you understand yourself on a more psychological, subconscious level. Yeah, shadow work. That's why I was doing the psyche thing. Shadow work. Let's heal that yin and bring the healthy forward. So, in light of that, in spirit of it, we're going to keep on that theme. It's just my in-depth Scorpio nature will not let me move forward until I get that all the way woven together on this giant web of life so I can bring it forward in a comprehensible manner. Because if I can't understand it and I haven't glued all the pieces together, how in carnation am I going to convey it to you? I'm getting strength here. So, Cancerians, Moon, the goddess of the moon, Artemis. Great, powerful energy. So, in the Bible, Cancer represents the flood, right? The great cleansing after the chaos of emotions and feelings. Right. I was just at the bottom of the deck and I was like, okay. Oop. Okay. So, the flood, right? And how appropriate is that? Because water symbolizes the great emotional, right? Which Cancerian has one of 3 signs that rule over emotion. And Cancerians will also flip through those emotions quite quickly, and they feel them on a very real and deep level. And they're often, earlier on in their lives, they're going to be more tossed about, if you will, in that vast sea that they've had to be, submerged in. I don't think that I have, even as a Scorpio, I have never how do I explain this on a physical scale? So Cancerians have this almost untouchable energy about them, where the sheer vastness of their emotions and the space they can hold for them is almost unfathomable. They just, oh my God, you guys roll with those punches so freaking well. And I mean, it had to have taken so much hard work to get there. It's ridiculous, As a Scorpio, we feel things on a deep, deep level as well. The cancers are almost forced to deal with them immediately. Like, you learn how to control those emotions or your life is going to be, in a chaotic mode. So Cancerians instinctively start navigating those waters pretty early on in life because they realize that they are very much overwhelmed by them. And that's a Cancerian's nature. That's so sad. We live in a society that's like, if you could just get up in your head and stay there and just right here, nothing down there matters. So when you're over inundated with that feeling and emotion, you know, and you have a whole society that's like, could you just keep up here, suppress those? Because we don't want to look at those either. We don't know how to deal with those, so just hush about it. So Cancer, I need to show you this because there's a little like thing on the internet that this might actually be the symbol for Cancer and not the crab. It's half the reason why I picked this deck for you. Interesting. Interesting indeed, which would make you very, very powerful. Not just some moon energy. For God's sakes, it controls the tides on the planets. And they're all like, but it's just a sub-thingy. No. You ever been around a Cancerian holding space? Okay, 5 of Wands. You're heated about something. You're moving towards battle. You're moving towards, you have the strength behind you. So there's a lot of yellow and blue in these cards. So I'm getting this, so I'm going to say it. In candle magic, whatever, natural witches of the zodiac. So Cancer, in candle magic, these two colors here, if you burn two colors, these two colors together, and like say you have like a votive candle, like those, not the little tea lights with the metal cups, but the votive ones, light them and stick them next to each other and let them burn all the way down. That will help you heal from a nasty emotional breakup. You have to anoint them in your hands with oil. You can use vegetable. I don't have any vegetable. Well, yeah, because if it has a pit, it's fruit, right? So I have olive oil or avocado oil. I have coconut oil, any kind of oil. I mean, even if you have like oil in a bottle, like, what do you call that? Essential oils. You can use those too, but just put some in your palm and rub your palms together and anoint the bottom and the top of the candle and state your intentions. You need to pick your words, but the universe does not hear no's. It does not hear nots. So anything negative, the universe is like, so I don't want this to happen again. And the universe is like, they want this to happen again. Focus on what you do want. Focus on what you do want. I am healed. Don't use ing words. So ing means sometime in the future. It's going to happen. So healed. I am healed. Okay? Not I am getting over this. I am healing. Because healing implies that you're still going through it and it's going to come in the future. Okay? You need more science on this, go seek out Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton. The power of words, the power of intention. The universe hears. You just have to know how the universe repeats back to you what you're telling it. I hope this is helping and making sense, but that's what I'm getting from this. Those Cancerian energy for you. I just did a Gemini reading and I felt pretty open with it, but I feel more emotionally open when I'm doing water signs. Feel a little bit like right now, look at me. I'm like really relaxed. I'm like, hey Cancer, what up? Like Gemini was like all serious and I had all my little notes in front of me. I'm like, okay, they're super intelligent creatures. And I felt a little more intimidated, even though my moon sign is Gemini. So that's the effect you have, Cancer, on people. We're just like, yes, love, whatever you say, darling. Let us chit chat for a while. So if you are doing that emotional processing right now, you're trying to move forward and something is getting in the way. You have the strength and the momentum, right? Like, I am getting through this. I'm moving. Let's go. And boom. So, again, call on the forces that are here to help you, okay? Get through these things a little bit easier. 7 of Swords. Okay. So, well, you are healing. Look at all this blue and green. Look at this. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Blue. You did get the 3 of Swords in reverse, though. So you are healing. You've accepted the fact and you see with clarity that this, whatever this situation was not in your best interests. Okay? You just, you know, maybe you thought it was okay. Maybe you were like, yep, I can handle this. Let's move. And the universe was like, maybe not. Okay. So you're getting back to your old self. Okay? Don't fret. There's that blue color again. So we've got 3 yellows and 3 blues. Okay, and I'm being called to the Light Seers Tarot right now. Okay. So, yeah. Might have taken you a hot minute. Or if you're in it right now, it might take you a hot minute. But within maybe a month, 2, I feel like you're going to get through this. And pretty much freaking be unscathed at the end of it. Because I think what's happening here is like with the Strength and the Chariot card, like you already knew that obstacles were going to come. Yeah, you saw this coming. I feel like you organized this. Like there was a person that was already present that you had to build your strength and stamina up for because you saw this energy coming from that particular area. And you're like, yeah. See that little infinity symbol right there? That tells me you've seen the pattern before. You've been there before. You know what happens when you put energy on that. So you're like, yep. I'm putting energy on it because I'm getting over it. I'm not going to let it bog me down anymore. Bye, Felicia. Dang, Cancer. Go, baby, go. I hear ya. You know, you see it and you start to understand, hey, there's a pattern of behavior here. And I play a role in it too. You know, once you take that personal responsibility role that I keep telling everybody about in my videos that not a lot of people are watching. That's okay. I get it. Look at you. But once you get how this works, you get fearless and you're like, all right, who we got to cut today? Who's leaving today? Who needs to be gone because they're holding me back? That's what I'm getting from this card. I'm not really getting petty arguments or fighting. I'm getting this is holding me back. So you need to expose this about the situation so you can begin to do this. So you can step into this. Ta-da! Told you he was a witch. Freaking working that alchemy, chemical, emotional, physiological connection. I think you see the web and exactly how it operates and how to move energy around on it. And you're like, yep, I have earned my 10 of Cups probably 40 times over, Cancer. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. And the Devil in reverse. Okay, so you're stepping into everything you need to make manifest, and you are finding yourself not having to say yes, or not being so tempted to say yes to things that are no longer serving you. Whether that be people, places, things, habits, energies. You're like, yep, I see you. I see exactly what that means, and I don't want to be a little doodad on a string. I want to be my own sovereign, independent, happy person in bliss and in joy. Gee, it's Cancer. Every time I do these readings, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna get deep, and then like, y'all are good, and I'm like, okay. See, personal responsibility. When you take that, man, this is all you. This is all your energy. You have every right to that. Yeah, and now you're gonna start reaching for something else, like something that's on your destiny. You're gonna. This is. It feels like this energy is the same as this. Like you can see it on. Oh, geez. Okay. How am I supposed to help you with anything if you don't? Look at that, dude. You're gonna dream a dream because it's on your fortune. It's on your wheel, right? It's yours. You get it. It's all you. And it's gonna make you celebrate. It's gonna like be a giant uplifting of energy. Because your heart's desires are fulfilled. Right? Like this is almost like a blaze right here, right? And those tent is being held up with wands that are on fire. Okay. So like this is the Cinderella story, which is another Cancerian archetype. And her home life. I'm reading for the females in the yin energy. So when I talk about females or she or whatever, I'm talking about the yin energy aspects of life. Because I can, for whatever the life force of me is, I can't pinpoint people. Can't say, well, your auntie said this, so now your butt hurt. I can't. I don't know how people. That's really fucking cool how people can do that. Me, I'm like, look, the universe is smiling down on you because you did the spiritual work. So that's what I'm getting. But what else is coming through here is that like your Cinderella story is like coming to fruition. Because in the reference point that I'm using, it's called sextrology. And what it does, it takes each one of the zodiac signs and splits them between masculine and feminine energies and how different they are when they show up in the universe, right? And again, just energies. It's not has anything to do with physical gender. It's the energy, right? So it's whichever one you identify with more is going to be the more dominant one. But you still have those yin aspects. So there's the yin and the yang symbol, and you don't get to have one without the other. They have to be balanced. The universe has to be balanced. So your Cinderella story that's coming from the yin energy in this particular book, Sextrology, is all about growing up with surrounded by the majority of female energy, and kind of the father figure male archetype in the story either is dissipated or he's barely even there at all. Like a very high standing male figure that's very absent, if that makes any sense. That's how they describe it in the book anyway. So in Cinderella, her father passes away and she is left with her stepmother and her two children, heavily inundated with the feminine energy the Cancerian archetypal woman is. And so when she is, wading through her emotional waters, she's scrutinized for being there, right? By the two step sisters and the stepmother. They are jealous of her beauty. They're jealous of her heart connection. When you're connected to your heart, your connection with the outside world automatically increases, and the animals will come to you. They'll be more drawn to you. But it's because you're connecting these energies, and you're being in yourself and balancing out those waters. So when you're in your heart space, which that's Cancer's main domain, is in the heart and the home space, right? The hearth of the home, and their home is their body, but they're very emotional creatures. So when it comes to taking care of the housework, doing the chores, and yada yada yada, it's not a physical role thing per se. It is the archetypal overarching energy, where whether or not you see your home as your hearth, yourself as your hearth, your career as your hearth, whatever energy is being applied to that different area of your life. So it doesn't have to be staying at home, feeding the chickens and whatnot. It could be going to work and feeding the little chicks at work. Maybe you work at a greenhouse. Maybe you work at a daycare. Maybe you work for a difficult female boss with a lot of feminine coworkers that are, a little clucky, and you get together and you do your chit chat thing, and then you have a few evil stepsisters hanging around. You know what I mean? It's just, now I'm just going off. But I'm trying to give you examples so you're not like, I don't feel like Cinderella at all. Maybe you are, but in a different type of way. Maybe it's just showing up for you that, like, so say that maybe your place of work doesn't have a janitor, so y'all have to quote unquote take turns, but you end up being the one who's doing all the like housework of the office, or people in your workplace come to you and are like, Cancer, this is a really bad day. And they start getting really weepy on you. As a water sign, I totally sympathize with that, because we hold space. We already know. We know what it's like to go there. We just know. And they just want to pour everything out on you. And you're like, I guess it's going to be one of those days. Okay. And we do. We're like, okay, we get it. We're not going to deny it. Although, being a hard-shelled Scorpio, don't tell anybody, Cancer. Okay. You got to keep our secret. So it might just be that you are that mother of the workplace. You know what I mean? Like that overarching, like, yes, my little darlings, come mother, and let us have a mutual, like, seance of emotional cuddling, and whatever it is. You are kind of like that, oh, I just need to feel a little bit of love today. Let me go talk to Cancer. I just need to have some space held for me today. Let me go see if Cancer's working. That type of energy. That's what this could be showing up as. Is like your Cinderella story. Is like you overcoming all of the detrimental circumstances that, life has put you in at a very young age. You're young. You didn't have a choice in this. And so, like, you get into this, and then you've got to come out of it, right? In a glowing, beautiful dress with the man of everybody's dreams, right? It's just this overarching energy. And I think not only did you find the man of your dreams, but you overcame some obstacles that were getting in your way, right? Schnoogums found the slipper, right? And went on his hunt to find you. And he couldn't recognize you because you weren't wearing a fancy dress and putting on makeup. So it took a hot minute, and that's okay. Things that are hot hard fought for and hard won are the things that typically we put the most value on and that hold the most space in our hearts, right? Because it's hard won, right? So I'm going to draw a dragon card for you, a star dragon card, and then we're going to call it a night. Yeah. What else about? So, again, I think I just said this in not so many words, but the understanding that your key to your happiness, Cancer. Now, Cancer, Venus rising, I'll put it in the title of the video, or fourth house stellium, right? Your key to happiness is gonna come down to the nitty-gritty of understanding your matriarchal powers and where they fit best in your life and in the world. So you're literally like on it because you've created that for yourself. And that is your specific key to happiness is understanding where you can do the nurturing and be in the environment where it's going to be okay to be emotional. So you have miracle, making a difference. No, not you, Cancer. Yeah. I dated a Cancerian once. Yup. Best relationship ever. You guys are freaking miracle workers. That is for dang freaking frockin' sure. Just, oh my gosh, the amount of just, it was beautiful. I love you guys' energy. It's like nothing else. It's so precious. Keep it safe. Okay? Tell that freaking 5 of Wands and that 7 of Swords to go pack out. Pack their bags. Okay, so we have miracle making a difference. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That reminds me of that movie, Spirited Away, the river spirit. Oh, so pretty. Okay, let's see if I can back it up and not have a glare on it. One of these days. Lighting is a thing. Okay. 22nd or the 23rd stuff is supposed to get here, so I can at least have like some sort of semblance of a space to do this. Lighting might take a while. So the miracle and making a difference. So the serpent bearer is the constellation. Wisdom of the herald is calling you to fly free on the wave of beauty and be the light of the lantern shining forth in the darkness. Make your impact. Make your own path. Make a difference. Be as bold and as brave as you can be. It comes effortlessly, but that's the beauty of it. Through the ether, without warning, miracles come every single day. Manifest them. Light that lamp to lead the way. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and find. And the star dragon invocation is ask for a miracle. Place an intention on a situation and allow the universe to flow through and provide. Really ask and set that intention. This is to be emphasized. And when you receive your miracle blessing, sing gratitude to the stars. Yeah, I have total faith in you, Cancer. You got this. You got this. It's all in the cards, too. That's what I love about them. They don't lie. So, ask for a miracle, Cancer. You deserve it.